what's up guys? Gary Walker here, liveanabolic.com. All right, in this video, I'm gonna give you 5 of my favorite lower ab exercises, okay? Here's the thing, a lot of exercises that you do when you're doing your abs work all of your abs, upper, mid, lower. However, I'm gonna show you a couple things that you can do to initiate the movement from the lower abs up, which is gonna help place a little bit more emphasis on the lower abs, okay? Again, there's a lot of exercises I could have chose from, so I'm giving you 5 of my favorites. First one we're gonna do is a lying leg raise. All right, lying leg raise, I really like these, especially for older guys. Here's what you're gonna focus on. You can either keep your hands out to the sides for support or behind your head for support. If you do keep them behind your head, don't sit there and pull on your neck like that, okay? Make sure you're just using it for support and you're keeping your neck in a neutral position and rigid with your spine. From here, you're gonna bring your heels off the ground. You'll notice as soon as your heels leave the ground, you're gonna feel tension in your abs. All right, key point here, try to keep your lower abs towards the ground. Keep them pressed into the back. Keep your lower back pressed into the ground. That's gonna help stabilize that spine and give you a little bit more support. All right, from here, bring the hips off, back down. That's the key. You'll notice my hips rotating. If you're just driving legs up to here, hips are still down, then you're not really getting the full effects of this exercise. So again, to get the full effects, let me show you a couple more. You wanna make sure heels are off the ground the entire time. Lower back pressed in, abs are tight, upper, your neck is supported. Rotate those hips. All right, I'm actually gonna stay down here for the second exercise. Those are the lying leg raises. The next exercise we're gonna be doing is a reverse crunch. Again, the common theme here is you're initiating all these movements from the lower abs, the hips. You're bringing the hips closer towards the chest. Opposite of this being a standard crunch. You're crunching from the upper abs, going towards the lower. That's gonna place more upper ab emphasis, okay? You can have more emphasis on your upper abs and mid abs. So most of these exercises, you're gonna notice we're doing the engagement. We're activating the lower abs first. Reverse crunch is pretty similar. However, what you're doing here, get your knees started here in a 90 degree, and you're bringing your knees, rotating your hips, okay? And bringing your knees up towards your chest. I like to bring toe touch, back up. That's the other key. Keep rotating those hips. Anytime you're working the abs, it's not just this little movement here. You're getting those hips and you're rotating them up. That's where the main activation comes from. All right, third, and this is one of my favorites, is a hanging knee raise. You'll see hanging knee raise, hanging leg raise, they're very similar. Difference meaning, when you're raising your legs up, okay, here's the difference. We're gonna be using a bent knee. I like the bent knee as opposed to the straight leg. Straight leg raise, if you're doing a hanging straight leg raise, you're placing a lot of stress on your hip flexors, and that's taking some of the stress off of your lower abs. All you have to do is bend your knees and you're going to be able to place more emphasis on your lower abs and take some off of your hip flexors. So that's gonna be the key here. Nice stretch, nice bend. Once again, rotate, hips at the top, nice full stretch at the bottom, nice stretch, nice stretch. Every time, really focus on stretching those abs and rotating the hips at the top. These are hanging knee raises. All right. Next exercise, this one's a different variation. Typically what we've been doing is a lot of spinal flexion, meaning you're getting your sternum, you're getting your pelvis closer together. Now I'm gonna give you a plank variation. So this is more of an isometric exercise. The thing I like about this one for lower abs though, we're gonna be starting in an elbow plank position. When you're in a plank position, your transverse abdominis gets activated. That's the part of the abs you don't see. It's the internal belt around your organs. That's something that a lot of people neglect, but you really want to focus on keeping that strong. It's also what keeps your abs back. See a lot of guys where the abs just stick out pretty far. Even if they have a muscular six-pack, they stick out a lot. Typically that leads to having a weak transverse abdominis. That's a lot of the reason for that. Strengthen that, almost by doing stomach vacuums. That's what I'm gonna recommend in this plank position. A stomach vacuum means belly button here, sucking it back all the way to that spinal cord, okay? Trying to suck it together and maintain that hard contraction when you're doing this. All right, that's gonna activate the transverse abdominis. So again, elbow plank. From here, that vacuum, I'm sucking in my belly button. And now what I really want you to focus on is bringing this knee up to your elbow and contract really hard here, and boom. Feel that contraction, release it. Opposite side. About a 2-second contraction. Couple more. All right, so once again, you're bringing your knee towards your elbow. So you're initiating the movement from the lower abs up. You've already activated your transverse abdominis. You're already working in an isometric contraction with your entire abdominal wall. So really focus when you're bringing that knee up on contracting those abs as hard as possible. About 2 seconds for each contraction before going on to the next side. All right, last exercise I'm gonna show you. Another really good one. You can do these on the ground. However, I recommend doing them on the bench. These are frog kicks. Basically, the reason I like these is you're already gonna activate your abs as soon as you lean back. But here's the key. From this position, once you bring your feet off the ground, abs are activated, but it's the mid to upper abs that get activated first. So where the lower abs come in is when you're kicking your legs out and bringing them in towards your chest. That's what's gonna make this a really good lower ab exercise. You're getting upper ab activation, mid ab activation. Transverse abdominis is still working here in this contracted position. You feel all of it, all right? But you want to get those toes out and knees up towards your chest. Toes, knees. All right, you'll feel that. You'll feel that in your lower abs. Again, because you're already leaning back, activating the middle and upper abs, you're gonna get a full ab workout, but by extending those legs out, bringing them back in. Every time you're doing that, you're contracting from the lower abs up towards the upper abs. So that's what's gonna turn this into a lower ab emphasized exercise. So that's the goal with this little series I just gave you. All 5 of these exercises, you really wanna focus feeling everything in your lower abs. Again, at the end of the day, we're working everything. Your abs are, you've got one sheet of muscle here. They're activating every time you're doing spinal flexion, basically meaning when you're getting your pelvis up towards your sternum, or you bring your sternum towards your pelvis. You're activating all of it. However, we're creating more emphasis on the lower abs with these exercises because of the activation being initiated from the pelvis up towards the sternum. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions about any of this. If I confused you with any of these exercises, comment below, let me know. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up so I know to do more like it. And guys, like I said, if you have any questions, if you're doing something, it doesn't feel right, or there's one of these exercises you're just not getting any benefits from because you're just not feeling it where you should, comment below as well. I want to know, that way we can help you out, maybe give you a substitution exercise or give you some extra pointers, some tips you can do to make sure you're feeling this where you're supposed to. That being said, guys, that's all I got. Get busy, get after it. God bless.